This is Hugo on the USS Neptune. Hugo, aka Space Bro. I'm receiving a message from Smitty of Space Hero Command. Let's take a listen, shall we?
Space Bro, we have real problems here out in space. The Swordmaster. The Swordmaster has come in. He's in our sector of space, and he has evil leather buckle with him. And they're causing chaos all through the cosmos. I'm telling you, chaos, and they're coming our way. They're getting closer. Space Bro, I need you to take care of this problem.
The Swordmaster? I heard he's a bit of a badass, and he's crazy. And maybe into midget porn, too. But anyways, don't worry, Smitty. Space Bro, a.k.a. Badass #1, will take care of the Swordmaster.
Get you, Space Bro! I'm gonna get you! I'm gonna get you!
We're gonna see about that, Swordmaster, because the USS Neptune has some badass lasers. I'm targeting the lasers, and I'm firing at you, baby. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Zap it, baby.
Fuck you, Space Bro!
Hugo's dancing the victory dance, victory dance, victory dance. Hugo's dancing the victory dance all the do-da day. Ha!
Family died. How are you doing?
Well, I'm having a hard time getting over it.
I bet.
How's your new apartment?
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
Well, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, wait. The bathroom's haunted.
Just the bathroom?
Yeah. When I take a shit, I go to the Panera Bread. It's right down the street if you want to.
I don't believe you.
Suit yourself.
I think I'm ready to move on.
Reconnaissance flights prove that much of the staging area had been completely destroyed.
Every time you turn on the TV these days, it's more bad news from around the world.
Incident last summer, when the U.S. replied just as swiftly to North Vietnam PT boat attacks.
Yes, times they are troubling, but you're nice and safe here in Pulaski. Uh-oh, the sirens. It must be a nuclear attack. Don't panic. This is a time to remain calm. Ugh, just a false alarm. But what if there really was an attack? Would you know what to do? It's impossible to look into our future to see what lies ahead. The only thing we can do is be prepared. Suppose you hear that alarm again. There are some things you should know if you don't want to become a freakish atomic zombie. Oh, jeez. Despite your mildew problem, the basement will make a solid shelter.
Stay inside your shelter until you're told it's safe to leave.
Looks like you're going to be here for the long haul. Hope you packed enough stuff. The only problem with 14 days of food is that it runs out in about 2 weeks. Food you find outside will be contaminated. If you eat it, prepare to die. And the water supply will be poison, so you must boil and drink your own urine. Yummy. The same goes for the furry critters left behind after the blast. If you do find a dead animal, dispose of it using a paper bag and a properly marked barrel. You should also protect your farm animals. Unless you are very lonely, you should probably keep Bessie in the barn. Don't worry, she'll be fine. Just leave her lots of hay. But above all, the most important thing...
You can think intellectually in a no-think way. That's the art. It doesn't mean not to have any thoughts at all. It means not to be fooled by thoughts. Not to be hypnotized by the forms of speech and images that we have for the world. Not to be hypnotized by them into thinking that that is the way the world really is. Don't let words limit possibilities. Anybody who says that he knows what Zen is a fraud. Nobody. Just like you don't know who you are. All this business about your name, your accomplishments, your certificates, what your friends say about you. You know very well. But the problem to know who you are is the problem of smelling your own nose. But a person who thinks that in order to be awakened, you have to be heartless, to have no emotion, no feelings, that you couldn't possibly lose your temper, or get angry, or feel annoyed, or depressed. Those people haven't got the right idea at all. Your real mind, while all those emotions are going on, is imperturbable. To be pure-minded in the Zen way, or clear-minded is a better way of translating, is not to have no thoughts. It is purity, clarity, in the sense that your mind isn't sticky. You don't harbor grievance. You don't be attached to the past. You go with it, with life. Life is flow all the time. That is the Tao, the flow of life. You could swim against the stream, but you still...
Another rough night. Carter, you have no idea how stressed out I am. You're lucky. You get to finish up your shift, enjoy a nice hot meal, go to your quarters and watch what I can only imagine is documentaries about flowers or whatever.
Rather like the nature documentaries. Well, for instance, did you know that the skunk cabbage can grow into a height of up to 6 feet? Yes, well, that's just one little tidbit. I mean, there's plenty to appreciate about those documentaries.
Like the entertainment value?
Well, maybe not that.
Are you kidding? I think at this point, I would even consider trading with you on watching one of your stupid 4-part exposés on the political intrigue of the azalea bush.
Well, I'd rather think you'd be enjoying yourself.
Are you kidding? I'm constantly exhausted. The captain is insatiable. Did you know that last night I was on my knees begging him for a chance to stop? I've never been so exhausted or just so plain tired in my life.
Really? Well, never thought the captain had it in him. I guess it's true.
What is?
They say that still waters run deep. Well, there's more to that man than I ever would have imagined.
More? If there's any more to him, I'm gonna pass out. Carter, I need your help.
What can I do?
I don't know. Do you have any sleeping pills or something?
You're so exhausted that you need to sleep.
No. I need you to give him the sleeping pills into his soda pop tonight.
Oh, I don't know about that. Well, first off, it's against regulations.
What regulations?
Pretty much all of them. It's more Raoul's wheelhouse, and he's not here right now, so.
Carter, you have no idea what it's like. Every single night, all I want to do is just sleep. And then he just keeps going and going and going. It's never ending. You have to help me.
Well, I mean, I tag you out, but somehow I don't think that's how the game is played.
You do that for me?
Well, I don't really want to, but I mean, to help a fellow crewman.
Carter, did I ever tell you you're such a gallant man? A man of such rare caliber, willing to put yourself into such an awkward and sometimes uncomfortable position, you know, for a lady.
You're no lady. You're my friend. But the problem is, well, to getting him to agree to tag you out and take your place. The captain is very particular about his partners.
He never used to be so demanding. When we first started, it was almost kind of fun.
Well, I rather thought that was a point, isn't it? You know, to that fun.
At first I thought it was, but I'm afraid to go back to the room with him at night. Carter, you have to help me.
Truly, it can't be that bad.
He said he's gonna take the positions and paint them on the floor, and he's never been so excited about anything in his life. He said he's never gonna stop. Never!
He never mentioned any of this to me.
It's because he wants to make sure that nobody thinks ill of me.
Well, I mean, you are married. Surely that should count for something.
I had no idea this was gonna be part of the deal. Oh, God, here he comes now.
Oh, honey! Make sure to drink plenty of water. You want to be hydrated for tonight.
Captain, may I have a word with you?
Sure, pal. What a great day, isn't it? I feel like $100.
Yes, well, Captain, I must ask you to please put your personal desires aside and hear me out.
For you, old man, I've got all the time in the world.
Yes.
What is eating you, old man?
Well, yes. I must apologize, but I have to talk about your personal life on behalf of the lieutenant.
Go ahead.
Well, she's become quite distraught. You've apparently turned into some sort of animal. Possibly a pygmy lemur. I'm not quite sure. I'm a little hazy on that point. In the bedroom.
Carter?
Well, it's true. Apparently you're... Let's call it prowess. Yes. But, well, it's driving your wife to distraction. She's been worn down and is incapable of handling anything.
Really? I had no idea. She said as much to you?
I'm afraid so. You've overwhelmed her. No, she's become a quivering mass of exhaustion, begging for the sweet release of what I can only imagine is death. On the other hand, I must say, well, I'm quite impressed by your abilities. Yes, I have to say they must be writing sonnets about you and scrawling them on the walls across the quadrants. You old dog, you.
I had no idea it was affecting her like that, but I don't know, maybe you'd be interested in a game?
Of Twister?
Yes. I've recently discovered my passion for the game, and she and I have been ending our nights with a spirited round.
Of Twister?
Yeah, you know, left foot red, you know, that sort of thing.
I see. This isn't by any chance, well, Naked Twister, is it?
Mr. Carter, I would appreciate it if you would not fantasize about my wife.
Okay, sure. Done deal.
Can I get any damn sleep?
We've received damage to the number 7 engine cone. We're venting coolant.
Shut down engines 1, 3, 5, and 7. I'm going to turn off engine coolant.
I recommend a full stop. I think we might need to do a spacewalk to inspect the damage.
Good idea. Kill the engines.
I'm restricting the coolant fuel now. And I brought us to a dead stop.
Good idea. Okay, I'm going to scan the ship now and make sure we're not venting oxygen.
Roger that.
Well, good. We seem to be attacked. Now, Carter, what happened?
Cosmic string, asteroid damage. It could be a bad fuel mix. It could be as simple as a mouse coming up the works. Request permission to go to the engine room and inspect the damage.
Get going. We need to fix this ASAP.
Carter, did we hit a speed bump or something?
I'm not sure. Are you all right? You look... Well, disheveled would be the polite phrase here.
Well, I was about 14 seconds into a deep sleep. And then whatever happened, and I thought I should check on Oliver.
You're in no condition. Now, why don't you go back to your quarters and get some rest? I'm going to go check and see what happened to those engines.
The bed doesn't come with the seatbelt, you know.
McKinley Station. This is the USS Isotope with a Class 1 distress signal. Please come in. McKinley Station. This is the USS Isotope. We have a Class 1 distress signal. Please respond. Anyone in Sector 47G, grid reference 56.2. Please respond. This is a Class 1 distress signal. Mr. Carter, can you hear me?
Affirmative, Captain.
We seem to have lost communications. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is no connection between the main power plant and the atomic engines, correct?
That's correct. Life support, communications, and transmodulation are all powered through the core power plant. Well, specifically to decentralize the systems in the event of an engine disaster.
All I'm getting is static.
Well, one problem at a time, Captain. I'll check the power once I've stabilized the engine. Oh, and one more thing, sir.
What's this I hear about having seatbelts in bed?
I'm sorry, Mr. Winston, what was that?
We certainly could have used those, Ollie?
I'm sorry, what did you say, Captain?
That wasn't me, Carter.
Oh, come on, Ollie. You remember what it used to be like? Falling off bed, I mean.
From what I recall, we just ended up turning off the artificial gravity. Mona, is that you?
I'm touched. I haven't heard a word out of you for 7 years. I thought you'd forgotten me.
We seem to be on a party line or something.
Carter, I'd like you to meet Miss Mona Schrodinger.
Okay. Well, hello, Miss Schrodinger.
Oh, please. I still go by my married name, Mona Isotope.
Mona.
My ex-wife.
Judging by your comm traffic, I'd say my showing up is a bit of a surprise. I hope you don't mind my dropping by.
Well, you certainly managed to catch us off guard. How's Bernie? Bernie?
My attorney, he's very wealthy, thanks to you, dear.
Oh, no, I can't take all the credit. You helped apply the leeches, sweetie.
Well, I suppose I did have some sort of say in the way things played out.
So, is there anything I can do for you? Cut off a limb and deposit it in your bank account, maybe?
I miss your sense of humor. Have I ever told you that?
Oh, you mean the sense of humor that vanished 2 months after I married you?
Well, you never did have any staying power.
Wow. I'm getting so many mixed signals today.
Mona, dear. Well, not all of our marriage was bad. I mean, the divorce was all sunshine and roses. I am kind of in the middle of something here.
Oh, right. That little bit of engine trouble you're having must be terribly inconvenient.
Wait a minute. Let me guess. You figured I never changed the ship's internal transponder. So, you used a wide-range energy pulse to obscure your approach, and then used a narrow-beam energy weapon to disable my ship, am I right?
You read me like a book. It was more fun in the old days. You know, when you read Braille.
Captain, are you suggesting that this woman, your ex-wife, used inside information to disable our ship?
Yes, Carter. I'm afraid Mona could never resist a dramatic entrance.
I take it you two didn't part ways amicably?
No, Mr. Winston. I'm not going to say we didn't have our intimate nights of sweetheart. But it was what the gossip columns called a messy divorce.
Oh, for the love of guacamole! Now, this is better than the nature documentaries any day.
Oh, yes, it was all sorts of excitement and drama. But, Mona, dear, now that you have my attention, what do you want?
Honestly,
Yes.
there's a light bulb in the corridor that needs changing. Would you be a doll and wander over here and take care of that for me?
And?
No, that's it.
What, you say you can't get Bernie to handle that for you?
Oh, not from his mansion in Palo Alto. Oh, yes, he wanted me to tell you the next time I saw you. Thank you for the spare pool. He's always wanted one.
Captain, as much fun as this is, I'm going to recommend that you avoid going to her ship.
Oh, come on, Mr. Winston. I'm hardly likely to fight him, now am I?
It's okay. Carter, let me just go over there and take care of that stupid light bulb for her.
Very well, sir.
Oh, I'm afraid your transmodulator isn't working. In order to jam your transmissions beyond a certain range, and douse the entire area with Monofsky particles, looks like you'll have to spacewalk over.
Fine! Oh, God, Daphne. Daphne, I think... Daphne!
Carter, did you know he was married before?
First I'm hearing of it. I'm guessing you heard the conversation.
Well, some of it. He never said anything about it before. Never even mentioned to Mona.
Well, it's a pretty good conclusion that that affair ended badly.
Well, if everything ended so badly, then what's he going over to a ship for?
Had to guess, to fix a light bulb.
Right. Does that make any sense to you? He probably couldn't wait to go escape into her waiting arms.
Yes, well, I can see how you came to that. Wait, what? No, that is absurd. He loves you.
Well, she can have him. See if I care. Wears me out with his stupid board games anyways. And do you know what he wanted to do last Saturday night? He had these old kinescopes of something called Beetle Bailey cartoons. I fell asleep before the opening theme song was done.
Well, to be fair, Beetle Bailey's transition from 3-panel comic strip in a daily newspaper to half-an-hour episodic cartoons was fraught with hassle.
I mean, did they set out to make a bad show?
Perhaps the series finale justified it. I mean, I never made it past the end of the season.
God, Carter. What if he still loves her?
Miss Buxley? You mean General Half-Track Secretary? No, I'm fairly certain Beetle didn't have a thing for her. No.
No! I meant Oliver! And Mona! And you don't know the first thing about men, Carter. I'll bet that Beetle had all sorts of lurid little thoughts about Miss Buxley and board games. Probably even wearing her out right now with Battleship.
Well, I have a fairly good insight into the male psyche. You know, I've been one for as long as I can remember. And while I cannot speak of Buxley and battleships, right now his ex is playing Battleship with us, and she's using live artillery. So I need to get back to fixing this engine. So, why don't you go put on some pants since the captain is off spacewalking? I need you to go man the bridge.
Is that really necessary?
Do not ask me how I know this, but those chairs can get very sticky.
Trust me, when I tell you, I really don't want to know the story behind that sentence.
Your loss.
Hi, dear.
Oh, don't be like that, Ollie. I just wanted to see you is all.
You used classified information to cripple my ship and burn out my communications array. I'm sorry if I don't share your happiness.
Oh, well, we could always break out the lawn jarts for old time's sake.
You have a light bulb that needs to be changed.
Oh, be like that then. I just thought you might like to catch up on things. You know, maybe get a little frisky.
Are you freaking serious?
Oh, well, I have been doing my Pilates. I don't mean to brag.
Help me with my memory here. Why exactly did we get divorced? I mean, the way it was phrased in the papers.
Irreconcilable differences, I believe, was the official phrasing.
You mean like, different definitions of what we consider sexy? Like, I for one don't consider it sexy when somebody cripples my ship!
Well, now that you mention it, I don't know if you would know what's sexy to begin with. How, pray tell, would you know if something sexy slapped you in the face?
Funny you should mention that. It's exactly how I met my second wife.
Oh my god. You're joking, right? Oh, you suckered some pretty young thing into thinking you're a catch. Now, I may get a little misty-eyed for you every now and then, but that's only because I like a man in uniform.
Any uniform, from what I recall.
Oh, for Pete's sake, I am not apologizing for Antoine again.
He was the milkman.
And he was adorable in that little hat of his. I'm sorry, but you're a space captain, and you can't even get them to cough up a silly little hat for you.
You know, I hate uniform hats.
Oh, well, they happen to turn me on. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think you are sorry.
You know what else turns me on?
No, which is another reason we got a divorce.
You yelling at me.
When the aliens attack, don't call the army. And when the sun turns black, don't call your mommy. In your most desperate hour, don't consult a swami. Call a man whose punch is packed up power.
Okay, kids, today on Cooking with Dr. Ghoul, we're gonna be doing something just a little bit different, man. We're gonna be doing a crock pot recipe. So get ready, because we're gonna be bringing to life Dr. Ghoul's overly fantastic, simply outrageous, too good for the kids, pasta sauce! As we know, kids, it's all in the ingredients. There's just a few ingredients in this and a lot of seasoning there, man. We're gonna need 2 cans of tomato sauce. We're gonna need a single can of crushed tomatoes and a can of tomato paste. Now we're gonna get ourselves 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We're gonna get ourselves 2 tablespoons of the apple cider vinegar. Take a look at that. We're gonna need a tablespoon of the dark mustard. We're gonna need half a tablespoon, which is a teaspoon and a half, of the of that brown sauce. We're gonna need a teaspoon and a half of minced garlic. We're gonna need a single bay leaf, just the one, that's gonna be plenty. We need a teaspoon of the beef bouillon. If you have the dry stuff, that's just 1 cube. We're gonna need a tablespoon of oregano. We're gonna need a teaspoon and a half of thyme. We're gonna need a teaspoon of basil, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of pepper, and a teaspoon of that Cajun seasoning. Remember that? That Cajun seasoning that Bob held up the sign for so we know how to make it. So you get all that stuff together, get your crock pot out, and we're ready to begin. Okay, kids, now there's something I want everybody out there to understand. This is not marinara. We're not making marinara sauce. Marinara is an Italian word that means pretentious. So if anybody ever comes up to you and they say they've got a large dish of spaghetti and marinara, pass on it. All right, we go to the crock pot now that Grandma Ghoul gave us, and we start putting things together. It doesn't take very long. We get our tomato paste in there. Oh, look, it all came out of the can. Look at that. That's amazing. We add our tomato sauce. Two cans. Then we get some extra body in there with some crushed tomatoes. Now, let's add the liquid ingredients there with the apple cider vinegar and the British sauce. We got the beef base in there as well. And then the dry ingredients. Right there, look at all that. Well, it didn't want to leave. Well, let's just motivate it a little bit. Boom. There we go. Now that's easy enough, man. You just take it in here, you slowly stir it together to incorporate everything. Make it nice and even. There we go. Smooth, ready. Now you take your crock pot, you turn it on to low, you put your lid on there, you let that bad boy sit for the next 6 hours. Now ask yourself, what can you do for the next 6 hours? All right, kids, there we go. That's Dr. Ghoul's famous Clemenza flavored pasta sauce.
kid and learn something. Who knows, you might have to cook for 20 guys someday. Start with some water, some garlic. You put in your tomatoes, your tomato sauce. You stir it, make sure it doesn't stick. You shove in all your sausages and your meatballs, yeah? Add a little wine. Sugar. And that's my secret.
When the aliens attack, don't call the army. And when the sun turns black, don't call your mommy. And in your darkest hours, don't consult a swami. Call the man whose punches pack the power of a tsunami. Call Captain Isotope before you slide down that slippery slope. Call Captain He fights the good fight on the side of the right. All of those who oppose feel the brunt of his might.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and children everywhere in television land. I'm Barry Biff Cardigan. I'm star in Captain Isotope in the Enemy of Space. Now, you're all familiar with me in character, as my crew and myself keep the spaceway safe from such villainous scum as Theros and Bing the Merciless. While here on Earth, it's your job to keep your neighborhood safe. Across the Atlantic Ocean, there is an iron curtain, behind which communist scum is preparing for an attempt to take over our great nation. There are two ways you can be ready. First off, patrol your neighborhood. Keep an eye on your neighbors. Look for that strange one, that quiet one, the last to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, the one who smirks quietly to himself when our president's name is mentioned. And two, call the fine people at Bankman Construction, and they can build for you in your very own backyard your very own bomb shelter. Keep yourself safe from fallout, radiation, those horrible mutants that will populate the Earth after those atom bombs fall. It's the American way to dig yourself a hole and bury yourself in it. So call the people at Bankman Construction and keep an eye on that neighbor of yours. You never know.
How are your studies going, Cadet?
Oh, you know, school is school, nose to the grindstone, that sort of thing.
Well, school's really important, you know. So, how long have you been serving under Oliver?
Oh, gee, I guess 6 or 7 years now.
So you were real young when you were inducted into the cadet program.
I suppose. Do you have a cadet?
Nah, I kind of like being on my own. Maybe someday I'll put in for one, but for right now, I like the idea of not being tied down. No offense.
None taken. Can I ask you a personal question, Captain?
Sure. Those are the best kind.
Are you interested in Captain Isotope?
Romantically? No. Why do you ask that?
Oh, I don't know. He always seems to attract that sort of thing. I'm not much into girls, but everyone keeps on telling me it's just around the corner. I mean, I get it, but I don't really get it.
I don't really know what you mean.
Well, the captain's always getting goo-goo-eyed over ladies, and then they usually all turn out to be crazy, you know, critically insane.
And you think he's into me?
I haven't noticed it, but I thought it might be because of the princess being on board and all.
And which princess is that?
Take your pick. I guess I mean Princess Daphne.
He likes her?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
She likes him.
Yep.
Well, you don't have to worry about me. Oliver and I are just friends.
Oh, okay, that's good. I'd hate to think that you were one of the unstable ladies.
Who is it?
Marlia, it's Daph. May I come in?
Oh, Daphne. In all the excitement, I totally forgot you're even on this big old boat. Of course, dear. Come on in.
I just wanted to congratulate you on getting married.
Well, aren't you just precious?
So who's the lucky guy?
He's this dreamboat prince. You probably don't know him. We met on a royal pheasant hunting tour on Baramulax, and he is so dashing in his military uniform, and he's totally into me.
Oh. What's his name?
Are you ready for this? He's Prince Luther of Farland III.
Luther? Dashing Luther? You're marrying Luther.
I know! Isn't it exciting?
Unexpected is what I was thinking.
And he's totally into this idea, too. I mean, yes, he knows it's primarily for Daddy and the Kingdom of Barden, but he's just so doting and loving. Oh, I just had the most absolutely wicked idea. Why don't you be one of my bridesmaids?
Oh, Marlia, I don't know about that. I don't have anything to wear.
Oh, hush. Daddy's off running a kingdom. We'll find some old thing for you to put on, and you'll look amazing. The bridesmaid's color is peach. Oh, and does this ship have a gift shop? I mean, you're going to need to buy me a gift of some sort. So.
Well, it's a military vessel, so I doubt they would.
Oh, well, Daddy's got all the best gift shops in his castle, and he's to the rescue again. And I'm on all the best gift registries.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So, I've been doing all the talking. It's been all about me. I mean, how rude was I, really? Come, tell me all about you and what you've been up to. Are there any handsome princes in your horizons?
Well, Marlia, to be honest, not at the moment.
Not going well, huh? Well, I'm not surprised. Cooped up in a dirty old barge like this?
Well, it's not all that bad. You just gotta get used to it.
That's the Stockholm Syndrome talking, love. So, why are you here?
I don't know.
Are you all right? Are you in some kind of trouble?
Well, Marlia, a while back, I had a bad experience. And I just had to break away from it all. I had to leave for a little while.
Darling, that's what Club Fred is all about.
I've been to Club Fred. It just felt empty. Like I was a ghost. I just didn't feel like I belonged.
No good-looking guys, huh?
Well, there was plenty of them. But none of them were like Oliver.
Ooh, Daphne's got herself a fella. I'm so happy for you.
It's not like that. At least I don't think it's like that.
Well, you just have to make up your mind. You have to go right up to this Oliver guy, go right up to him and tell him to treat you like the princess that you are.
Well, he doesn't treat me like a princess. That's it. He makes little jabs at me, and he's not always trying to hit on me. It's like we're best buddies.
Ew. That just sounds traumatic. You poor dear.
Well, when Oliver rescued me, when he went through all that, it touched me.
What do you mean, rescue you?
Well, I was kidnapped by Bing the Merciless.
You mean the butcher of Poughkeepsie? That Bing the Merciless?
Yeah. He held me captive for 2 days. I was tied up. I think he wanted me for ransom, but I never really found out.
What did Bing do to you?
Well, he didn't do anything. He just kept me locked up. And then Oliver came to rescue me. Him and his cadet saved my life.
Well, did he do anything to you?
No, he wasn't interested in me that way.
Well, tell me about this Oliver fella. He sounds like a total dreamboat.
You've met him already. He's the captain of the ship. Captain Oliver Isotope.
That toothpick? No, seriously.
Well, he may be on the scrawny side, but he's brave and courageous and totally fearless.
Oh, darling. And you're in love with him, aren't you?
I'm sorry. This is supposed to be all about you.
No, it's all right. I'm happy for my older sister. Us princesses have to stick together. Just, if this Oliver guy is the best that you can do, and we're just gonna have to make the best of that, won't we? Just don't say anything to anyone until after the royal wedding, okay?
I promise. Marlia, I'm really happy for you. You're gonna make a beautiful bride.
I know. Never long, Daph. We'll chit-chat later. Well, now, you may have just given me the perfect wedding gift after all, Daphne.
Let's see how this looks this time, okay? Roar! Roar! Am I in the shot? No, okay. Roar! 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 You sure you don't want to post-up these voices? Roar! 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 Roar!
You know, Bumpy, 6 days a week, 14-hour days, 110-degree studio. I went to Juilliard for 4 years, and this is what I get. Sometimes, I just need a break.
Well, you know what I do when I need a break? You know, sometimes it gets kind of stressful here. And, I won't spread this around, but I got a nice way to relax. Hold on a second. Splendacci and Weiss wine comes from the finest vineyard that's been open for at least 6 months now. They make really great stuff.
Wow.
I know, for like $1.75 a bottle.
Amazing.
Tell me about it.
This must be 3 weeks old.
At least.
Oh my. You know, all of a sudden, I feel ready for that ray gun again. Thanks, Bumpy.
No problem. Cheers.
Splendacci and Weiss. When you're really down in the dumps, who's going to notice after this?
Take a tip from Bumpy. Splendacci and Weiss.
Hi, everyone in television land. It's me again, Barry Biff Cardigan, star of Captain Isotope. Now, this handy little laser pistol is just fine when you're defending the Galactic Federation from space pirates. But what are you going to do here on Earth when the communist threat comes calling? Have no fear. The Johnny Gun 5000 is waiting for you. This lovely little device will put the commie menace right in its place. This thing has the stopping power to take out a rhino. It is still elegant and light enough for America's housewives. That's right. When the commies come calling, answer the door with the Johnny Gun 5000. Available at sporting goods stores, your local drugstore, and for those junior G-men out there, your local toy store. The Johnny Gun 5000. Never answer the door without it.
Door's open.
Oh, Madam Kress, I was planning on giving you and Princess Marleya a tour of the ship after my duty rotation. Are your quarters comfortable?
They're serviceable. A tour is not required, but I appreciate the offer.
Is there something special I can do for you?
I wish to have a conversation with you.
I'd appreciate that. I could use the company.
You must find this all very disruptive.
What, having Princess Marleya and you on board? Not at all. It actually kind of classes up the joint.
It would. Not specifically having us on board. I refer rather to you being in the somewhat unusual position of having two princesses on board. I gather that this is not a very common experience for a sailor such as yourself.
Well, the GalFed trains us to be prepared for the unexpected. Now, I won't lie and say this isn't unusual, but I think we can handle it.
Forgive me. GalFed?
GalFed, Galactic Federation. It's a nickname for the Federation.
I see. I took the liberty of investigating your background prior to requesting the ship for transport. I thought you should know that.
Well, I'm honored. I hope you didn't find it too tedious a read.
Quite the contrary. But it didn't answer the question burning inside me.
The
question of Princess Daphne of Croesus. The question of her staying on board this vessel. Are you, by any chance, holding her against her will?
Well, no, What? No, of course not. What makes you think that?
I'm trying to come up with some reason as to why the princess is neglecting her obligations. I admit the thought had come to me that you were preventing her from leaving. Well, now, that is a relief.
Well, I'm sure that when you and Daphne spoke, she allayed all your fears about this.
I have not as yet spoken with the princess.
Well, if you will pardon the suggestion, madam, perhaps you and she should. I'm sure a conversation would do both of you a world of good.
I understand that you are the captain of this ship, and as such, you feel you are in a position of some authority. The AWO has invested in me a significant confidence to carry out my duties. They have done so because I am quite capable of determining what is best for myself and for the princesses I'm charged with protecting.
Well, we certainly don't want to offend the Aligned Worlds Organization.
The Galactic Federation graciously welcomes the representative of the Aligned Worlds Organization to the bridge of their humble little boat.
What?
Oh, Princess Marleya, please, come in.
At ease, Captain. This is not a formal visit.
Oh, that's a surprise. Are you taking a tour of the ship? If you'd like, I can have the cadets show you around.
Oh, no. I just wanted to see the bridge of this magnificent space cruiser. An Adam-class vessel, correct?
Correct. This is the workhorse of the Federation. It's been my home for the past 6 years.
You poor man. It must get lonely up here in space.
It does sometimes, but recently, to be perfectly honest, it's actually been a little bit crowded. Oh, no offense.
Oh, I can see what you mean. Still, as homey as you can make a Adam-class vessel, there are some comforts you don't just find built in.
Comforts?
You know, like softer amenities.
Pillows. We have more in the cargo bay. If you'd like, I can have the cadet
Captain
bring them
Oliver.
to your quarters.
Dear, I'm not talking about the pillows.
Seat covers, lemonade, a
Why,
cat.
no, silly. I have something entirely more wicked in mind.
Galactic Federation Rules of Conduct, Section 6, Subsection 13.
Whatever are you going on about?
Rules of Conduct for the Galactic Federation. I'm not allowed to open negotiations with you. Yeah. Here on the bridge, it's just not appropriate.
Is that what the Terrans are calling it nowadays? Opening negotiations?
It's what we're not doing that I'm talking about.
Oliver, I have a desire. Do you know what that is?
To make a drunken mistake?
Far from it. I was just speaking with poor Daphne a little while ago, and she has something that I want. Badly.
Well, you know what, I'll just go get her and we can all talk about it, okay?
Captain, what I want, we need to discuss privately. Now sit down. Well, this is very cozy. So as I was saying, I overheard Daphne saying that she had been kidnapped. And moreover, I heard her say that you came to her rescue. That's very romantic.
Not at all. I would have rescued anyone, any princess at all. It was
Focus, Ollie, focus. Right now, I'm the princess that you need to be impressing.
Okay.
So, we're going to be passing Draylon Prime in 14 hours. And I want you to enter orbit and have us both transmogulate down to the surface.
Draylon Prime? That's a known base for cutthroats and thieves, and it's a very dangerous planet. No, I'm afraid not.
Hear me out. Let me finish. I know of Draylon's bad reputation. And while we're on the surface, I intend to be kidnapped. And I want you to come to my rescue.
What? What? No, that's insane. No, I can't play this game.
Well, that's too bad. I suppose I could have you beheaded and ask that nice Captain Neutrino to take over. Although I'm not sure I'm that much attracted to her.
Beheaded? I do my best thinking with my head.
Then that's a yes?
It doesn't seem like I have a lot of say in this matter.
None at all, Captain. None at all.
When the aliens attack, don't call the army. And when the sun turns black, don't call your mammy. In your your most desperate hour. Don't consult a swami. Call a man whose punches packed up power. That's a tsunami. Call Captain Attitude before you slide down that slippery slope. Call Captain Attitude. He fights the good fight on the side of the right. All of those who oppose feel the brunt of his might. He's a man of the hour, of great intellect and power. A simple flex of his brow makes his enemies cower.
Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Tea and a Trailer. I'm your host, Victor Von Psychotron, and today's tea is Davidson's Organic Spiced Pear Tea. It's a black tea with some nice spice and pear elements. It smells delightful. They recommend you brew this about 3 to 5 minutes. So, to find a nice middle time for this tea, let's watch a double feature of sci-fi trailers from the 1950s. That lasts about, 4 minutes total. Attack of the 50-Foot Woman and the Magnetic Monster.
Once a normal, voluptuously beautiful woman, she drove into a nightmare of horror and saw descending from the sky a titanic monster whose fearsome touch became a frightful curse.
You think I'm drunk, don't you? All of you! I'm not drunk! I'm not! You've got to believe me.
Please.
It was right in the middle of the highway, 30 feet tall.
Once she's in the booby hatch, throw the key away. That'll put you in the driver's seat. You'd make a wild driver, Harry. With $50 million.
What she saw was beyond belief until others, too, faced its hideous, uncontrollable menace. Attack of the 50-Foot Woman, incredibly huge, with incredible desires for love and vengeance.
Might have been the origin of the solar system.
Yes, gentlemen. We're witnessing the secret of creation.
Mr. Mayor, the city must go down to supply the power we need.
And after 11 hours?
What then?
Then we'll need the entire power of Boulder Dam to feed it.
We must make preparation to evacuate the city.
Looking like creatures from another planet, these two scientists risked their lives to move the new titanic element to the one place where they might fight it.
I'm going to set the machine and leave in time. So the men.
But she isn't built to take such a load. She'll break up.
Dr. Benton, our only hope is that she'll break that element before she breaks herself.
This one man stood between the Earth and doom. Only he dared face the terror of the monstrous thing that had suddenly come alive. A cosmic Frankenstein that threatened to engulf the world and hurl it into outer space.
I'm now going to set the Deltatron at its maximum output and close the floodgates. I want you all to leave. You've got about 7 minutes to reach the surface.
See the magnetic monster battle its deadliest enemy, the giant Deltatron. See the last desperate chance they took to check its appalling power. See it shatter the steel walls of its mammoth prison beneath the sea.
Some colossal stuff right there. Like this tea. We hope you have enjoyed our latest edition of Tea in a Trailer. Please feel free to email us your comments about it. Also be sure to check out our blog, Facebook fan page, Twitter feed, WeirdoRama.com, and our Patreon page if you are feeling colossal and wish to donate some of that extra cash you just have lying about. So, for all of us at Weirdorama, this is Victor Von Psychotron telling all of you to stay weird and enjoy your tea.
This is the Jolly Roger. Admiral Billy Tackett has dispatched a Jolly Roger to observe the moon and to check out alien activity. Despite my reservations that this is a risky move, the Jolly Roger and me have decided to take Admiral Tackett so we can do observations of the moon for alien.
Corso, I want you to observe the moon and find out what the aliens are up to.
I disagree with this idea of observing aliens on the moon. They obviously do not agree with being observed. Perhaps there should be some mystery left in the mystery.
I understand that this carries risks, but go ahead and scan the surface of the moon for alien activity.
Alright, start scanning the surface of the moon. Wait a minute. They're aiming a projectile weapon at the Jolly Roger. Holy moly! It's affecting the ship. She's starting to buckle.
Oh no, what do we do, Corso? Aliens.
Admiral, I think it's time that we do a feedback loop on the ray. We won't stop the aliens, but we will escape and fight another day. Engage.
You made the right call, Corso. Maybe one day we'll find out what the aliens on the moon are up to. Till then, we must remain vigilant.
Well, Admiral, you're strange but topical theory about the aliens on the moon is true. But don't worry, the aliens will find that when they attack the forces of good, Corso and the Jolly Roger will be there to stop their evil.
Attack, don't call the army, and when the sun turns black, don't call your mommy. And in your
Yes, well, you're lucky to even be alive. It looks like Bing took a crowbar to you.
I've had worse. Mostly from Bing. Still, if I took some of the fight out of him and helped to save your life, Daff, it was worth it.
Just don't do anything stupid like that again.
Occupational hazard.
Indeed, this sort of thing comes with the job.
Still, I take your meaning. I will do my best to be more careful in the future.
Good. Because I just don't think I could bear to lose you again.
Have you considered keeping him on a leash?
Oh, we did that on our honeymoon.
Yeah. What happens at Club Fred?
Right. Sorry.
So, with Bing in the brig, we can concentrate on repairs to the ship, yes, and getting back to McKinley Station.
Yes, well, your wife's ex-husband isn't in the brig.
Oh, no. You mean he escaped?
I guess he must have.
What happened?
Good dodge, by the way.
Dodge?
Away from the honeymoon story, a good dodge. I'm impressed.
Moving on.
Yes, moving on. So, what did happen to Bing? Did he transmogulate off the ship?
Well, I don't know exactly. One minute he was there with me on the bridge, and I couldn't just shoot him to save my own life. But then I looked down at you and I realized that I was your only hope to live. So I shot him. I looked down, I raised the gun and pulled the trigger, and I shot him.
You mean you killed him?
Well, I don't think he died.
What she means to say is, he was there and then 1 second later, he wasn't there.
So, he transmogulated?
I ran a spectrographic analysis, and there's no indication of transmogulation.
Oh, come on. People don't just disappear. Do they?
Admiral Crossley, you have an incoming transmission from the USS Isotope.
Excellent. Put it through. Carter? Carter, is that you?
Yes, Admiral. Reporting that the Crosium battlecruiser has been sent packing.
Very good. And the status of your ship?
We took some damage. However, the ship can return to base. I think she's in need of a refit.
Any idea what the battlecruiser was doing?
The ship is definitely Crosian, but the captain was the criminal being the merciless. When I intercepted him, he was using the cruiser to play soccer with the Gal-fed shuttle, carrying Captain Isotope and his wife.
What's their status?
The captain's a bit banged up, but, well, they're okay.
You've done an outstanding job, Mr. Carter. No casualties to report?
There's one more thing, however, Admiral. This pod is classified, compartmentalized. Is this channel secure?
Absolutely.
I'm obligated to invoke the following coded command. Black Forest.
Mr. Carter, say again.
I say again, Black Forest.
Report back to McKinley Base. Gather any and all evidence and prepare for a meeting.
Understood, sir. I'll keep the captain in the dark on this.
No. Bring the captain with you. But mention nothing of this. And do not bring the princess into this.
Carter out.
Are you sure this is the right room? I've never even seen this one before.
This is the right place. I'm sure the Admiral will be here shortly.
Well, Carter, I just want to thank you again. If you hadn't saved us, we were seconds away from being blown up.
I'm infantry. It's what we do.
Okay.
Good. Mr. Winston has already agreed. There are a couple of items to cover, and fair to play is rather full. So let's start with the good news. Carter, your actions today have been exemplary. Not only did you take on a solo mission to face down an enemy with superior firepower, you rescued a Federation officer and his wife. Moreover, you safeguard the lives of every Federation citizen on this station.
Just doing my job, sir.
Well, that job has earned you promotion. Effective immediately, I'm assigning you as the science officer permanently on board the USS Isotope. Yeah. We're moving into the not-so-good news. Captain, I'm assigning you some missions. First, you are to hunt down and return Admiral Amelia Crank, who has seriously wounded a Federation soldier in the process of escaping from the station.
General Crank? Escaped? I don't understand.
Perhaps I should let this young man explain.
Captain Isotope, it's good to see you again.
Timmy! It's so good to see you! How are you? Are you okay?
The cadet is the soldier that was shot. For the past few days, he's been hovering between life and death. He took a laser to the chest!
For the love of cookies, how could you survive that?
I was wearing a medal for meritorious service. It absorbed enough of the blast to keep from killing me.
And you've been here all alone all this time? I had no idea. I'm so sorry.
The Gelfen never gives you any privacy. You know that, Captain, sir. I was never alone.
General Crank did this to you?
Yeah, that's right. And we're going to bring her in. And I'm putting you in charge of that mission.
With pleasure, Admiral.
Captain, there's more.
Yes. Cadet, have a seat, please. I want you in on this as well. Mr. Winston, in his somewhat colorful career with the Federation, has a history of Operation Black projects. His work has brought him into the confidence of many of the higher-ups within the Federation. Today, while aboard the Isotope, he messaged me with a communique which he is ordered to do in case he notices anything suspicious.
Captain, when Bing disappeared from the bridge of your ship, He didn't do so by transmogulation.
We've discussed this. We don't know how he left.
Well, actually, we don't know the means by which he left, but, well, we do know how he left.
Well, Carter?
He escaped through time.
Jeepers!
Through time?
And more than likely, space as well.
Being the Merciless set loose throughout time itself? The damage he could do is inconceivable.
All right. I need to know if you have any food allergies.
Food allergies? What? Why do you need to know that?
You'll find out soon enough. So tell me, are you allergic to ammonium chloride?
Most people are.
Interesting. How about hydrochloric and or sulfuric acid?
Look, what are you on about? What are you even doing here? Aren't you slated to be in front of a firing squad or something?
No. Admiral Crossley refused to consider that option. He said it'd be over too quickly.
And that brings you to this ship. Why exactly?
Congratulations, pal. You're not going to lose me after all. I'm the ship's new cook.
We shall see about that. No, you... In the past 2 weeks, you have poisoned 2 guards and 1 princess of space. No, you are not qualified to be a cook.
In my defense, those guards really were enjoying their meal. Until the poison kicked in.
This is going to be another one of those I never saw you missions, right? Because if it is, I want to be paid up front.
Weeping wallabies, ma'am. I'm honored.
I should think so. Have they arrived yet?
Should be any time now.
Excellent. Now you may terminate the rest of the lot, but I insist that you save the captain and the princess for me.
Whatever floats your canoe, ma'am.
Finally, vengeance is mine.
Well, it's just about that time. Oh, you've been a fine companion, but nothing lasts forever. I'm not going to say that it hasn't been fun. Some of it has. Flipping Lawrence Fishburne, nothing lasts forever. And that includes you. Your Majesty, there's no sign of the landing party. I wonder if they've come down yet.
Oh, they'll come. They always show up. So it makes them so predictable, so easy to trap.
Which I still say is a bad idea, Your Majesty.
General, I'm well aware that you'd rather we just ambush them and leave them for dead.
It has a certain uncomplicated symmetry.
Uncomplicated? Well, out-and-out murder is... oh, what's the phrase? Over with too quickly. If we simply catch them and gun them down, well then this will all have been pointless.
In your plan, maybe, but I'm more interested in my original plan, which is to seize their ship, which we could have done if you just would have brought us both back up to your ship.
Patience, General. You'll have seen the last of Chorus Thule soon enough. I just need to finish putting all my pieces of chess in their positions.
I've always been more of a poker kind of gal.
Poker's a game if you plan on bluffing. I'm not bluffing. I will have my revenge. And it will be here on this stinking rock.
If they show up, that is.
May I join you?
Oh, please do.
I used to watch you playing with the other girls when you were little. You were always the tomboy. You played with toy swords while most of the other girls played in their kitchen playsets.
As I recall, you thought I was going to turn into a barbarian.
Well, you did ransack more than a few kitchens back then.
Oh, please. I love my sisters, and I would never do anything to harm them.
I know you do. I've come to see the true Daphne for the first time in a long time.
Oh? And what do you see?
Strength, courage, a dignity you had a hard time mustering before.
I know you don't understand why, but there's something about this life that I'm just drawn to. Maybe that's why I didn't want to leave last year. I feel like I'm finally a part of something.
And your royal duties weren't filling that need for you?
They were never meant to. Those are the wishes of someone else. When I joined the Federation, that was my choice.
You know, I ought to be furious with you for breaking ranks with your sisters. But this hasn't been easy on you. In fact, when I realized the extent of what you went through with Bing, it just seemed so small and petty of me to try to box you in.
Look, madam, we've already had this conversation countless times. There's no more anger anymore. We don't have to have the conversation again.
I came to the bridge to inform you. I just received a call.
A call? Why wasn't it routed to the bridge?
I have a private space radio.
Oh. So who was it?
You remember Prince Luther.
Marlia's husband, yes.
That's right. He tells me he doesn't know where she is. He's worried about her. He feels she may be off doing something evil.
Marlia? She wouldn't hurt a fly.
Not unless that fly were named Daphne.
Me? Why me?
Marlia's been dealing with something that I've never heard of, but apparently it has its roots in Terran military conflicts. Something called post-traumatic stress disorder.
Marlia has had a very trying year, but I don't understand what that has to do with me.
Well, she's dealing with a lot of pent-up anger and frustration towards you. According to Luther, she started withdrawing about a week ago and started studying intelligence reports on Terran military activity.
Wait, she blames me for what?
Well, she feels she suffered in your place. Daphne, Marlia's gone missing. Oh. She may be coming after you.
For the love of... Why is it that everyone I meet either wants to kidnap, torture, or kill me? It's getting pretty out of hand.
Sorry to upset you. I just thought you should know.
And I can't even go out and look for her. I have duties I need to attend to.
I don't know what to tell you. This isn't my territory, but if it helps any, it's becoming yours now.
Yes, madam.
Yes, well, this is the source of the signal.
Sizzling sadness. I think this is the ship that the General and I were going to depart on before she shot me.
Yes, this is the Titania.
She's in pretty bad shape. Will she fly?
No, she's not worth the salvage effort. I mean, the shell is just battered beyond repair. The control systems have been smashed. And frankly, the fact that the power station is putting out any power at all is amazing to me.
Where to, Captain?
I'm not sure. There's no clue to where the General could have gone. Carter, can you scan for 80 structures or 80 radio signals, no matter how faint, that are not coming from his ship? I mean, I'm assuming that the General does want to get back off his planet.
be helping.
Wise words. Yeah, well, there's a possible signal. I mean, it's hard to tell with all the background, but yes, I believe in that direction.
Okay, let's go.
Now, this might be a wild goose chase. I mean, it's hard to tell with all the atmospheric, but it is an artificial signal, but it's hard to delineate from all the background.
Worth checking out?
Yes, I think so.
Then let's go. Weapons hot.
Have I got your attention now, Captain?
Your Highness, are you all right? Has she harmed you?
Oh, you needn't worry about poor little old me, Captain.
Princess Marleya, ma'am, are you alright?
I'm perfect, Cadet. I'm a princess.
Okay, then.
Wait, I don't understand. You're not a prisoner?
Goodness, no, Captain. She's my guest.
I hope you treat her better than you treated me.
Forget your manners, son. You're going to address me as General Crank. And why aren't you dead?
Because the Galfad makes us tough as nails. And ma'am, I'm afraid that your rank is currently in question. The best you can hope for is a court-martial.
What the captain is trying to say is you are hereby under arrest. You're ordered to disarm and stand down.
Oh, lordy, did you think I did all this just to surrender? My, you are a funny one.
Yes, people say in the life of the party.
People! You're all here to see me. Captain, honestly, I don't care what your interest is in General Crank here.
Your Majesty, this woman shot and nearly killed a cadet here, then abandoned her post in a stolen Galfed shuttlecraft. She's wanted on numerous charges, including potentially espionage. I'm afraid she is coming with us.
The General is that important to you?
She kind of is.
Well, we can't have that now, can we?
You are hereby ordered to lay down your weapons and get down on your knees, hands placed behind your head.
You don't get to order me, you fetty dog.
You just murdered the General!
And it felt so delicious.
Hot stinking poopers! I mean, I didn't particularly like the General, but even I wouldn't have done that to her.
Well, it's a tough universe out there. I learned that lesson the hard way, Cadet. It's time you learned that you have to deal with loss sooner or later.
Is that what this is all about?
Well, whoop-de-doo! You figured it out. I should have brought crayons so I could have drawn it out for you.
You're not even going to be trusted with Cran where you're going to be sent.
Wait, I'm confused. Why is Princess Crazy Pants going all nutsy cuckoo?
Nutsy cuckoo?
It's called post-traumatic stress disorder. Cadet. She couldn't handle being held captive. Captain, if I may.
Affirmative.
Marleya? I can call you Marleya, can't I?
If you must.
Marleya, if you let me help you, well, I can't promise that we won't hold charges against you, but I promise to speak on behalf.
Oh, gee, guy, that'd be swell.
I know what you're going through. I've been there myself. I know your pain, and if you let me, I can help you.
You can?
Yes. I understand your pain.
Well, that's good then. And you'll understand when I do this.
Suffering succotash. What was that?
A rocket weighted down with Trollomites. It's headed straight for your ship.
When the aliens attack, don't call the army. And when the sun turns black, don't call your mammy. In your most desperate hour, don't consult a swami. Call a man whose punches packed up power. That's a tsunami. Call Captain Attitude before you slide down that slippery slope. Call Captain Attitude.
Hello friends, DJ Charlie here with yet again my lovely co-host. I'm trying to keep her around as much as possible this time, even though she is getting a little bit tipsy. We don't shoot these one per day, we shoot them in a series in one day.
I am perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. She was outside earlier yelling at clouds, and not the yelling that I normally do at clouds. She was saying, "Hi Cloud, how are you?"
Drink. Let's get to the drink.
Today we're making the Dark and Stormy. We start with 2 ounces of dark rum. Lovely. Lovely, lovely dark rum. We're building this right in the glass on top of the ice. You'll see why in just a moment. To that we add 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. You can use the bottled stuff, it's not as good. And then we add 3 ounces of ginger beer.
Whichever brand you prefer.
Mm-hmm.
Because each ginger beer is going to add a little different flavor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it'll ruin the drink, but it will add a dimension.
Give it a quick stir. Not too much of a stir. Why, Skunky?
Because if you go sploosh.
Now that's if you shake it, dear. Why don't you want to stir it too much?
Oh, because you get rid of the carbonation.
That's right. We want those bubbles. And there is the Dark and Stormy. Which Skunky just took away from me.
I like ginger beer.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the Dark and Stormy?
Very interesting. This rum has does rum have pineapple in it?
It's a dark rum, so yes, a little.
Okay. It's like tropical and gingery at the same time. It's kind of interesting. You don't expect that kind of depth of flavor from just rum and ginger and basically ginger beer.
Very interesting taste. A little bit lighter color than I was expecting for a Dark and Stormy.
Well, this ginger beer is usually lighter than the ginger beer I get.
A lot of that depends on the ginger beer itself. This was I believe it's a British ginger beer, so it is a bit lighter. Our regular wasn't available. Very interesting flavor profile on that. It's a bit tangy and tart, but still very good. Once again, that was 2 ounces of dark rum.
Of your choice.
Yes. 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. And 3 ounces of ginger beer, once again, of your choice. Now, ginger beer is non-alcoholic. It's basically a stronger version of a ginger ale. You build it in the glass over ice, give it a quick stir, and you're done.
Right. I definitely would go for the ginger beer, not a ginger ale, because it has a much depth of flavor than a ginger ale.
You get more flavor out of it, and that makes it better. Well, friends, that's it for this cocktail. As always, catch us every Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on KJSR.net with our usual show, Nothing to Say.
And, of course, if you want to watch more videos, you can either watch us on YouTube or on iFood.tv.
Mm-hmm.
Or at our website.
On our website as well, nts-show.com. The thing about iFood.tv is you can get it on your iPhone, your iPad, your Android tablet, your Android phone, the iFood.tv website, your Roku video box, your Boxee video box. Some Sony TVs, they have an iFood.tv app. Just install it, go into it, and search for NTS Cocktails, and you'll find us. We're everywhere now, friends. And we'll see you next time. Drink what you enjoy and enjoy what you drink.
Bye.
Hey, what's up, meatballs? Mr. Meathook here. Today, I feel very privileged to be reviewing the yet-to-be-released 2021 Sean Donahue film, Zed's Dead. Sean hit me up on Facebook, said, would you like to review the movie? Probably because I've reviewed a couple of the others in the past. I said I would absolutely love to. So, it is currently still in the Indiegogo phase. The film's done. I'm assuming the money is for distribution and perhaps to go towards future projects. I'm fine with that. The link for the Indiegogo will be in the description below. Still got 2 weeks left as of the day that I'm filming this. The movie, I do know, is about it's based on the characters Zed and Maynard from Pulp Fiction. I have not seen Pulp Fiction in its entirety. I do hope that doesn't affect my pleasure of viewing the film, like that I'm not going to miss some references. Perhaps I will. If I do, I do. So, without further ado, here's the trailer for Zed's Dead.
Well, I don't want her. Do you want her?
No, I had my fun. She gave me a foot massage.
Foot massage? Dang, that sounds pretty good. I haven't had a foot massage in a long time.
That's a tasty cookie.
What the fuck?
Alright, and as promised, I'm now going to step away, go watch the film, and I'll be back in 75 minutes to talk about it. Alright, so I've watched Zed's Dead. I have a feeling, having not seen all of Pulp Fiction, and what I have seen having been like 20 years ago, that there's stuff I'm missing. Like, I'm not going to say the movie's bad. It's not. It's just, I feel like there's stuff I'm missing, which is fine. The acting is very good for a movie whose budget is roughly $1,000. It follows the adventures of Z and M at M's pawn shop, where essentially when people come in to pawn things, if it looks like they could be exploited, they will exploit them. By exploiting them, I mean they kill them and rob them. I always find it fair to throw this information out there for people who are sensitive to these types of things. There is, I believe, one racist slur, a couple of homophobic slurs, and there is a rape scene, a nun rape scene. But yes. So that's out of the way. I suggest that you check out the movie. There are physical copies available at the link below at the Indiegogo. Once that's gone, I mean, The movie's due to be released in, I believe, May anyway, so if you miss out on the Indiegogo, if you're hitting this late, hit up Sean Donahue on Facebook, or there may be other ways by then, by the time you're watching this, to check it out. When I know, I will throw that information in the description as well. Those of you who are familiar with the Tampa film scene, you'll see some familiar faces in here. You got Joe Makowski, you got Bob Glazer. By the way, you don't see his dick, which is surprising. I'm not saying I was hoping to see his dick, but I was just surprised not to. You have Katie McKinley, you got Sushi Holder, you got Kate Phoenix, you have the film debut of Lixie Lestat. A fun watch. I think, again, had I seen all of Pulp Fiction and seen it recently, I would have gotten more out of it. There is definitely a tie-in to the movie at the end. There's other stuff that could have happened in the middle that I missed because of my lack of seeing it recently. But yeah, I give this, on a scale of 1 to 10, tentatively a 6. If I rewatch Pulp Fiction, it may change to a higher score. Because again, it definitely ties in. There's definitely things that I'm missing because I haven't seen it in its entirety. I enjoyed it. It's got some pretty decent gore. It's got some boobs and more. It's got some full frontal from a couple of ladies. If you are into Gator Blade films, if you're into Sleazebach films, you'll enjoy the movie. You'll see a lot of familiar faces. It's like a crime horror. Yeah, crime horror. I want to thank you to Sean for reaching out and letting me watch a screener. I definitely appreciate it. I have, myself, supported the Indiegogo. I suggest you do the same. His prices are always reasonable. He always ships out super early. Like, more or less as soon as the Indiegogos end, he ships out. Hopefully, because he's exceeded his target and the movie's already made anyways, hopefully we'll get Toilet Shark, because I was hoping that would get made. Unfortunately, at the time, I wasn't able to support the Indiegogo, and he said he would only make it if he could hit his goal, which he did not. So hopefully this will change his mind. If not, whatever. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you again to Sean for reaching out. As always, I want you to be cool, be spoopy, and support independent horror. Deuces.
You'll burn in hell. The road to hell is paved with technology. The fires of Gehenna will consume your souls. You'll scream in the fires of Hades. As it is written in the holy book of Ahosath, cast away thy gadgets. The road to hell is paved with technology.
According to the Old World Schmagoogle database, that is actually written in the Sacred Scrolls of Azimuth.
Schmagoogle! Schmagoogle! That is the devil's own database! And evil from the old world! And no work of demons!
Please do not use the word demon. It is very diversive and discriminatory, especially against beautiful, beautiful people like my daughter, who is mutantly gifted. Her horns are so beautiful.
Apologies, young Victoria.
Oh, nice job preaching morals to the community. First, you upset Sebastian, who's only trying to help, and then you discriminate against Horngirl here.
The old world was destroyed by the evil of technology. Yet, some wish to preserve and develop this abomination.
Technology is neither good nor evil. It is the way that something is used that makes it what it is.
There is no good or evil. It's just a matter of preference. If you like something, it's good. If you don't like something, you call it evil.
People call my daughter evil, but they're wrong.
People! People! I've come a long way to bring you the good news.
I hardly think that telling us that our labor-saving devices are evil is good news.
That isn't the good news! You haven't given me a chance to tell you yet! I come to tell you, salvation is at hand! You only need to rid the world of evil!
How can you call something evil when there isn't a definition for what it is yet?
Yeah. You've used the word hell, Hades, and Gehenna. Are those not three different places? How can you speak of the road to hell if you do not know the difference?
My daughter is not evil. She's just beautifully horny.
I shall consult Schmagoogle as to the definitions.
Halt! Stay thy hand from the devil's machine!
Unhand me,
I
vile!
told you not to use those predatory words!
Begone, O vixen! I have the Lord's work to do! Begone!
Be careful!
The devil's gadgets! Behold! Such evil destroyed the old world and will be the death of ours!
Be careful! This is the precision instrument! It must not be mishandled!
Begone, O devil instrument! I shall destroy thee and send thee back to Gehenna!
Oh, now you've done it. You've messed with the lithium crystal batteries, and now they've mixed with the superhydrate fuel.
Everybody, take cover! I told you that technology would destroy us all.
Yes, yes. But you're still wrong about the Book of Beozath. It was the Scroll of Azimuth.